Greetings and salutations. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of DuhWhysMen. I'm Louis, the guy whose batteries just took a shit on his mouse.
And I'm DMAT, and my earpods broke today. Kind of pissed.
Oh, goddamn.
I
worse
am
than me.
Jesse, and I like indulging in a drink of tequila once in a while.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's been a minute. You're going to hear me rummaging around in this drawer trying to find batteries. Been a minute since we've been at this. Life has been stressful and super busy, but we're all back and happy to be here. Tonight, we decided we're going to be talking about the movie that just dropped, like 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah, like a week, 2 weeks ago.
Leave the World Behind. This crazy movie that apparently was a book series previously. I'm hearing.
There was. It is.
And it's so this was basically book one of this book series, and it seems basically like normal apocalyptic fiction. Some of it, I think, probably pretty realistic. I've never been in an apocalyptic situation, so I couldn't tell you.
I have in my dreams
a
couple times.
Did you survive?
Don't know. I didn't finish. Didn't finish the dream.
You didn't finish?
I don't think I did. No, I don't.
Couple of finishing them. Is terrible.
Always
couple of them I just got like the fireball got so close. I just got so hot. I just burned alive. I think is really what happened in a couple of them.
Oh my god!
So you were finished.
I think I was finished. I think I got
didn't
finish. I didn't finish a couple of them, and then I was finished in a couple.
All right.
I always finish in my dreams.
At least you finished.
All right. I can't find batteries at work.
What kind of dreams are those?
You know.
Whoa.
The moist kind.
The moist kind. The moist maker.
Dude, it's almost like this movie gave me like remember the movie Signs? Mel Gibson? Kind of like how like it gave you like that little mysterious type apocalyptic vibe to it or whatever. I don't know if it was like the soundtrack or something. How to do it, or maybe the slow zoom, the slow zooms.
Yeah.
On people, you know, it's kind of
on the deer in the backyard.
Yeah.
When they kind of look at the deer.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you're right. What is that? What producer is that? Barack Obama?
Yeah, it is. He's actually the executive producer.
Your segue was fucking horrible.
and then Michelle or Michael, whatever the fuck. They were the like co-producer, dude. I was like, oh shoot, no way.
Big Mike.
Big Mike slanging it
Big
down.
Mike at the. I thought I saw Big Mike in the credits when it was going down.
Man.
Shit.
The openings, the intro, like when they were rolling.
Speaking about, we're live on YouTube, so
we are. We got 4 viewers. That's awesome.
Do we?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Oh yes. But like the intro was kind of dope. You know, they hit the rap music started playing or whatever.
I thought the soundtrack was pretty legit.
It was pretty legit. I enjoyed it a lot.
It was a good movie.
No, everyone needs to go watch this movie. Okay, it's a little slow in the beginning, but it turns up. It's kind of like you know what it kind of reminded me of? It reminded me of like who's the guy that made Inglourious Bastards and
Quentin Tarantino.
Yes, Tarantino. Kind of reminded me of like a, just without all the blood and shit, but other than that, it was pretty good.
You know what? You might be right. That probably is what it is. That Quentin Tarantino-esque stuff. Because I was wondering too. I was like, this feels like a vibe, like a specific.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like a ghost writer, or a ghost producer, ghost director. Ghost.
Yeah. I guess all the hype is like, since this movie was made, it trended a lot on social medias. And I guess the narrative from you know, people like me and you or other people out there reacting to the movie.
What are you trying to say?
They're kind of saying like this movie was produced as predictive programming, and it may as well been produced by elites that know what's probably going to happen in the future or whatever.
Oh, you mean like it was actually produced by elites that know? Like it wasn't may as well. It fucking was.
It
Like,
was. No, it's trippy, man. It's trippy. And even
Produced by well-known elites that have been
Yeah.
controlling the past, the future, and the present. Like this
so
whole
one
time.
one of the things though, like I
Maybe not
totally
the
agree with
past.
that it is predictive programming.
Mm.
One of the things though, that especially after I found out it was already a book series, is like, all right, it's predictive programming, but this was already like out there kind of deal. Like if you talk to any prepper, like this isn't, it's not
No.
new stuff. Like we all
No.
fantasize about this weird shit because it's, you never like that's
Right.
game time. It's like
Oh,
prepper
yeah.
Super Bowl right there. Like
Oh.
Kevin Bacon's character, like-
Love it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I know.
right? Like
I
he was
know.
set. Like even in the movie,
Typical American though. They painted him to be that conspiracy theorist that's lost
Yeah.
his mind.
Right.
yeah,
That
Especially
they
when
painted
he-
him
when
out, to, which is
he-
great because there's gonna be those guys. There is those
Yeah.
guys.
Especially like
That's a thing.
when he had his few lines in that movie, but it wasn't even in the conversation of who was responsible for this, but he just like bursts out like it's China or it's like South
Yeah, oh,
Korea.
yeah.
I'm just like, oh, okay. He's got an American
Yeah, yeah.
flag out in front.
Yep.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yep, exactly. They painted him out to be that obnoxious, like know-it-all, right-wing
Yeah.
conservative
A
guy.
typical Floridian.
Well, typical, a typical, a lot of things. But yeah, I guess.
Get a lot of that
all
in
right.
Florida.
So let's. I don't know. I don't even know where to begin exactly. So let's begin at the beginning.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So there's lots of spoiler alerts in this if you haven't seen the movie yet. Just warning you, we're about to talk about
Yeah.
this whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
There's lots of twists and turns, so.
Yeah. So at the very beginning of the movie, annoying yuppie couple from New York and their kids go out. They try to take a little vacation out in Long Island, right? Like they get a little, they get an Airbnb basically in Long Island to take the weekend and
Point Comfort, to be exact.
yeah,
Yeah.
to spend time with the family. So, I mean, cool, absolutely normal, right? And then a blackout happens in New York City. It's not really explained what caused the blackout. I don't believe. I don't remember. I don't think it was
No.
like there was no like
Speculation.
yeah.
was
There's
all.
no like explosion or anything. So my guess is going to be like cyber attack or something
Right.
that hit right.
There's
which is
one
very
hint.
realistic. We've been saying that for a
Yeah.
while that it's probably going to happen because China makes most of the hardware that our infrastructure uses and has for years, like Huawei, that company. So I think that's pretty realistic as far as the movie goes.
Yeah.
I think being that it's prepper fiction, obviously the family had a little bit of plot armor and they were obviously best case scenario for something going down like that. They were away from the city already. They were isolated from the population center and they had some food, they had some water, and then eventually they kind of start developing a team when the actual homeowner shows up, even though that was like kind of a rocky relationship. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? Anything different from there?
No, I mean you're.
That's pretty
good
much
explanation.
a good summary of it. Yeah.
Okay, so blackout hits, but the family didn't really realize it until the actual homeowner of the house shows up in the middle of the night. Him and his daughter. Kind of creates some tension, weird situation. The dads kind of get along, and mom's freaking out. Daughter's being a bitch.
Yeah, dude. How much was
Mom.
Julia Roberts was just such a cunt in the movie. I'm sorry.
He was,
I mean,
what her
She
character was.
was,
Yeah.
Dude, it's so relevant because that is the typical like she's just trying to be Mama Bear. You know, she's
Right.
trying to be Mama Bear and trying to be protective of her family. She's calling bullshit on everything.
She is
everything.
super skeptical.
You know, and then you got Ethan Hawke is super passive aggressive and
Yeah.
just like
Not
But-
even
but they
aggressive.
do-
Just
not
They-
even aggressive, not just passive, just passive,
Right.
super passive, super nice and friendly, and that's dude. Like, look at the average. Like, I
So
know a lot of people like that. I know a lot of people where the woman is like dominant in the relationship, and the man is like,
it's
the passive, kind, sweet,
it's
kind of
exactly
just
what you
everybody.
it's exactly
Everybody
what you
get
said the
along.
other day. It's social engineering. It's just to try and reverse
Mm.
the roles of the family
Oh,
structure,
dude,
I
there's
think, or
so
something like that.
much. Yeah, there's so much social engineering stuff, in my opinion, in this, and it is so relevant. I mean, but it's just another one of those things. Like, let's drill this into your head over and over and over and over, and
Oh yeah.
the racial stuff. I mean, this is they did a good job with like the demographic. Like this, the characters and the actors. First of all, Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, that other guy, that other girl. I don't know any of the other actors, but they're all really good. They're Kevin Bacon. Well, he didn't have an extensive dialogue in the movie, but
I think he probably will in the sequel.
Oh, dude, I hope to God that would be awesome. Wait, there's going to be a sequel?
There has to be.
Anyways.
There's more books.
Yeah,
And it's
right.
Netflix. They could do a sequel in
Oh
like 3
well,
months.
you mentioning
Right.
sequel kind of reminded me of, wasn't there another
course there's gonna be a
movie
sequel,
released
Especially if you watch
around the same exact time? Civil War. It's like a Civil War movie
Oh,
in
Oh, I just heard
America.
about that
That's
today,
what-
and I heard that it's supposed to be pretty controversial.
Dude, it's almost like this was the prequel, and then maybe that could be.
Maybe that is
I'm
the
just saying.
sequel.
The
I don't
idea,
know.
at least.
Well,
we don't know.
So I was talking to you about this, right, Stevie?
Yeah.
Or I think it was even in our
Mm.
chat with Jesse and Sean, where I said that the rest of the world for months now has been trying to prepare their citizens for what's coming. Like, the world is changing. Most of the world is probably going to end up in a war soon.
Are you talking about like in reality right
Yes,
now?
in real life.
Yeah.
Like in
Okay,
real
so
life.
emphasize on that because that is a fascinating topic, and that's something that nobody hears. Like you're saying that the rest of the world is preparing for World War III or Doomsday, and we're sitting here watching movies every day.
Correct. So, like, India has stopped exporting rice like months ago, right?
Heard about? Yep.
Except just a couple types. I think jasmine's the only one that they were still exporting. They're
Interesting.
they produce 40% of the world's rice, and they stopped. They're
Jeez.
stockpiling now. China has been preparing bunkers and shelters and stuff for their citizens for months. They've been running drills. Trying to think what other
Yeah,
countries,
dude,
like a
that's
lot of
wild.
the other countries, like even in Europe, they're preparing, like Germany, all of its old bunkers and stuff. They're bringing them back into service. Norway, Sweden, like all these countries know, and obviously they're kind of right at the edge of the front lines of actual war. But the United States is going to be involved in this, and it's not going to look like wars that we've ever fought in the past. Like all the cyber attacks that have hit the United States, even just recently, we've had several cyber attacks on our infrastructure where there have been actual blackouts. New York had a short blackout recently from I want to say there was an explosion which was caused by a cyber attack, just
No
like
shit.
2 or 3 days ago. You remember
Did
last
not know
year
that.
in North Carolina when the major gas pipeline was hacked and it shut down like power in, I think it was something like 3 million people in North Carolina lost power
Oh,
because
shit.
yes, I did. I remember
that
that
one
now.
pipeline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and like
remember
it
that.
caused a huge like issue with fuel and like all this stuff. Like that, there's been hundreds of physical attacks against power stations and stuff in the United States. Like, it's coming to the US. Like, it's gonna fucking
Yeah.
happen. Our grids are gonna
Sounds
be
like it's
overloaded. Yeah.
already here.
No, exactly. But our government has done dick to prepare the United States. And I
Probably
think
purposely. I don't even know at this
that
point
the
because
release of this movie and movies like it, well, it's in the zeitgeist already. It's already out in the ether, but I think the release of this is their way of starting to catch people's attention because so many people that have seen this movie that have never thought about anything like this happening, now it's in their heads. All right, if something like this happens, what can I do? right?
Mhm.
Like, how would I react in this situation where so many people had never even the thought never crossed their mind?
Dude, you know what I
Even during
kind of
COVID too. Like even a lot of people didn't like understand. Like I was talking to a buddy earlier, and he was talking about, I told him we were going to podcast, and he was like, you know what, you should bring up the fact that you watched everybody run to the store to get toilet paper, and that all ran out pretty quick. Like there's going to be looting, there's going to be rioting. If something ever happens like this, that's going to be the first stage, and then it's going to be full on whatever you want to call it, tribalism.
Yeah,
There's
it's
going
gonna
to
be
be a
chaos.
chaos, just absolute chaos. And even during COVID, still, I mean, just like people move on. They just carry on, and they're not unplugged enough. You got to unplug a little bit to look from the outside in and be like, okay, this is maybe I should prepare
Yeah, but I
for
think
something
people are just
bigger
so
to happen.
dumb nowadays, man. They're really stupid. Like, just go walk in Walmart
Yeah,
and just take a look
yeah,
around,
yeah.
and you'll get an idea of like what it's
The
like out
majority.
there in
Yeah,
the
that's kind of
streets. You know,
sad. That's kind of sad because yeah, you walk into a Walmart. That's we all walk into.
it's just general population. Like, you're gonna go in there and
It's
you're
with the
gonna,
majority.
yeah, and I mean, it's coming. Like Louis said, and I think a lot of this is like spoken into existence by these films and these predictive programming, psyops or whatever you call it. But I think the way like it's spoken into existence is because once the psyche, kind of sees it, then they can understand that when it does happen, that their reaction will fall in line with, I think, the reaction that maybe whoever created this film or the entities around it or whatever, that the reaction is manipulated in a way. So people are
Right.
going to like freak out. People are going to, but this is what they want to happen. They don't want people to. They want to see. It's almost like they foreshadowed Kevin Bacon's character to be a racist or crazy, or he was violent and he was erratical. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, they're literally telling you the demographic of
but he had
the
his shit
normal
together.
average.
But he was the one that actually had his shit together.
Well,
You know
no,
what I'm
he
saying?
didn't.
Not
He
his
he
character.
didn't. He
What-
didn't. He didn't. He was
He
crazy.
had iodine
No,
pills. He
I don't
had
think
food,
I don't think
water.
he was crazy. What I got from Kevin Bacon's character was,
Right.
I have prepared. Everyone has been thinking I'm crazy, but I've been planning for this
Yeah,
day
no,
to
I
happen.
agree with that too.
And now you want some of my shit for free?
I think he was acting
right.
far too aggressive. Is really what I think.
Well,
Because I know how I would
But that's
react in
that's
that
how they
situation.
want his character
would-
to be portrayed. So
Right,
that you
Too
do
aggressive.
think,
yes,
right.
Jesse, but you're quite a bit more liberal probably than his character. Like,
Mm,
I can't say that I wouldn't act like Kevin Bacon. Melody, when she watches it, she's like, "You are Kevin Bacon's character." Is what she told me.
well, I'm not. I'm not going to be arrogant. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have a gun in my hand. This is my property. I'm not going to be super aggressive towards you, but I might have my gun pointed.
Right, and that goes
Yeah.
back to
I think I just my
this
perception is that
actually
I
is
handle.
fiction. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
goes to this actually is fiction, and it was written a certain way to
Mhm. Yeah.
give
No,
a certain thing. You know.
dude, that's my thing. I'm like saying like these. It's so good on their demographic of people because each one of the characters played a specific modern day character that is so relevant and accurate. The
Like a
girl from all the
stereotype, yeah.
daughters, bad. I couldn't. A stereotype. The daughter, that's dude, perfect. Everything was perfect. Their talking points, their view of everything that was going on is exactly how a lot of people would actually act right now. Because it's different. People would act much different in the 50s or even the early 2000s than they would now. Maybe
Right.
not the early 2000s.
I think
But
the way
talk,
this
it's just really cool. It was
Yeah.
really good how they did that.
and the way that this movie was made, dude, it's like every second of the film had a meaning to it. Even if like the opening scene, they're in the bedroom, right? But there's a crack going down the back of his bed, and there's one light on, there's one lamplight on, there's one lamplight off, and there's 3 6s present in the room. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
No,
did not.
no, I did not notice.
You guys,
that.
there's
Of course, you would.
I
notice
watched
that.
it
I
one
would notice
time and I
that.
was-
There's 3 white 6s. There's a 6 on his coffee mug. It's 6 o'clock in the morning on the clock, and then
Jesus.
to the right, there's a coffee mug in front of the digital clock with just the 6 showing. And I'm like, got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him, motherfuckers. You ain't got me.
What they say?
I got I'm looking.
symbolism-
I studied this movie, bro. This is crazy.
Their symbolism will be their downfall, but at the same time, it makes me think. Like, I know a lot. Like with the Jewish culture, people like to joke about the devil. Like the Jewish culture, people love to mess with the Christians about the devil and kind of pick on them. Like hell isn't real, the devil's not real, this and that. And they like to like make fun. I think of it that way too. I'm like, yeah, it might be true symbolism, but at the same time, it might just be them just poking at certain cultures. Like, haha, like we're just messing with you.
Mhm.
Are you looking too far into it? We're just
Yeah.
joking around. Or doing both, poking at you. Because it's symbolism at the end of the day. They want you to it's there.
Yeah, there was
Right?
there was 2 things I don't know why I think like this. It's just me. But when the credits, not the credits, but the opening, I guess credits, that there was 3 colors that were flashing. It was black, red, and white. So I started doing research of like, because of Obama, right, and the Illuminati and the Knights of Templar and Freemasons, all this stuff. And I started looking into these groups, and there's one group that I found with black, red, and white, and they're the Knights. What was it? The Kings of Knights Templar, or whatever. Did I
Knights
get
Templar?
confused? Yeah, Knights Templar.
Black, red, and white?
Which they were a foundation of the Jesuits, which then became the
Mhm.
Freemasons. That whole deal. I found
Right.
that interesting. And then before the movie started, it had a big eye pop up. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it was.
I'm gonna have to
you-
watch this movie again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
you
go
know,
back
the pictures that were flashing while the music intro was happening and stuff, and
I
it
was
was
in it. See, when I
upside
watched
down
this,
American flags. There was all kinds of stuff.
I was in it. I was doing like I was like running back and forth doing shit
Yeah.
when I was watching the movie. So I wasn't like fully dialed in. I was dialed into the story in the movie. I wasn't really like
Yeah,
and,
same.
and, and the
this.
one
I
thing.
was- I was
one
in
thing-
here working on a shield.
There you go.
I'm totally opposite. I'm like with a freaking like notepad and
Oh,
I'm
dude,
like,
good
"All right,
fine tooth
bitch."
comb. Like, dude, you
Let's go.
no, I wouldn't expect any less from you. A fine tooth comb and just
Yeah.
go through that.
I just
Yeah,
felt
dude,
I had to. I was just like, this is gonna mean so much. I don't know what this is, but there's something else to it,
Well,
Well,
let's say this right off the
go
bat
ahead.
too. It's a lot of people don't realize, and they probably do now. The people that are on the internet, that it's a Higher Productions, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, their production company or one of them,
Yeah.
and that's who funded the production and everything with this movie.
Right. And the one thing too that
Because
I
that's
noticed,
the only production company, right? Just Higher Productions, right?
I think it is. I think it was like OM or something like that. It was a couple of maybe
Regardless, they're a part of
production
it.
groups or whatever. Yeah.
It's relevant.
But then I noticed that the color blue was present in almost every scene. Color blue in every scene. His bedroom was blue. Her dress was blue. His vehicle was blue. The kid's iPad was blue. The girl's shirt, 3/4 of the movie was blue. There was blue in almost every scene, and it's like they kept the color blue in there. Like I was even like trying to see to the point, like, okay, like it can't be blue in every scene. There's fucking blue, dude, in every scene almost. I swear, maybe like a few scenes. All right.
Okay, so
But-
what did the blue mean?
But
I
the
already have a
blue,
feeling I know
remember,
exactly.
Wasn't that
remember the
the-
blue with the frequency?
666 or hertz
This-
or whatever.
Right. That's the
The frequency of the color
coefficient
blue.
of it or something. Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
burn as easily as any other color.
Right. And I
Yeah, I
just
remember
thought it
you
was
talking about when
interesting.
we were talking about the Hawaii fires and stuff.
It burns
Right.
at a higher temperature, right? It burns the color blue.
I don't think it. I think it.
Is
It's
that not the way to describe
it's
that?
something about like lasers. So
I'm
lasers
stupid.
can't take off the color blue.
Yes.
Because it's
That's what
the
it
way the
is.
light is. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Probably specific kind of laser too. Like it's not like you can take a flame, right? A flame to a blue piece of cloth in it. I don't know.
Yeah,
show
no,
you.
he's talking lasers, dude.
Lasers, lasers, guys. Lasers, guys. It's just
Laser.
lasers, guys. Get ready for the lasers.
I guess we could get back into
The movie.
the cyber attack. You know,
The movie.
I'll go on.
Okay.
I got a few more things in my arsenal here too that are quite interesting, but we can get down that later road.
All right, so keeping on with the movie, the dad and the daughter who own the house are there now. Julia Roberts' character and her family. It's the next day. They're kind of trying to start figuring some stuff out. The dad of the family that is there, Ethan Hawke, he's like, all right, I'm going to go into town and see what I can find out. So he fucking takes off into town in the car. His character is a useless human being. Overall, like you see it more and more as the movie goes on.
And he's a professor, mind you. He's a college professor.
And then the kids from the brother and sister from Julia Roberts' family, they go wandering off in the woods just to see what the fuck's going on because they're bored. It's like a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old or something.
Well,
like
no,
that.
they go into the woods because the little girl saw something and she wanted to go into the
Oh
woods.
yeah, that's right. That morning she woke up and she's like, I saw a deer.
Mhm. Yeah.
And the brother's like, yeah, it's the woods. No shit. And she's like, no,
Mhm.
hundreds of deer in our
Yeah.
yard last night. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So let's talk about that.
Did you
I
hear
know you
what
guys
he?
were trying to look up some stuff.
Did you hear what he said though, Ethan Hawke? Right at that time. Oh, I think he was saying it to Julia Roberts, but he was saying something like, "Oh, look, it's a deer." You know, it's very famous in Mesoamerican culture or something like that. And I was
Right.
like, what
It's
the hell?
like a good omen is what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
good
it's like a
omen
good
in
omen.
Mesoamerican culture.
But I did find
Yeah, because you get to fucking eat it. That's why.
Yeah, but I did find some research that signifies it as sacrificial, like sacrifice, and then
In
it kind
the
of made me,
Mesoamerican culture.
yeah, and then it made me, I trying to
In
put
that
it
region?
together, and I'm like, well, the young girl, was so fond of the deer throughout the whole movie. There was a
I
relationship with
don't know
her
if
and
she
the
was
deer.
I don't know if she was fun.
but
She was the only one that
She
noticed
had
it.
one connection to it, and she kept trying to remember in the woods. She was pointed out to
Yeah,
her
she's
brother.
the
Her brother was,
only
like,
one
doing
that
selfies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it
No.
fond though. I think
Yeah.
she's like, all right, what the fuck is happening? I need some details.
Right.
Yeah, she was
Right.
kind of fond. She was drawn in. She was definitely
That's
drawn
not what
in.
fond means.
Well,
You're
Fond
using
is
the
like
wrong
more
word. That's
like
what I'm saying.
yeah.
fond is like I'm fond of you. I like you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That
yeah.
wasn't
she was
what
drawn in. She was
Right.
definitely like curious.
Right.
Very curious.
Very curious. But what the hell does that mean? What is with the animals,
Deer?
right? Yeah, the animals were very, I mean, they were affected by the cyber attack as well, if you think about it.
Okay, so what I thought about this scene was that there's something specifically at the household that the deer were either fond of or curious about. And I agree with you, fond is not curious, but the deer, like, they're focused in on that specific property. So that's what I thought. That's just the first thing I thought was, okay, there's something at this property. It's not obviously a feed lot. There's no food. They're not eating any food. They're staring at this fucking house. So it's either something on the property that the deer are attracted to or curious of. That's what
Right.
I thought about that,
Something-
because you don't see them you only see them gather in that specific place.
Right.
So why do they keep coming back to that house? And that's what made me think, like, okay, the guy that knows so much, the true owner of the house,
Mhm.
he knows something and he's withholding information the whole time and then slowly kind of
Because
giving
he's
it out.
starting to see that what he knows is fucking coming true, I guess.
yes,
like he's
his
starting to like
assumptions,
accept
yes.
it. He's accepting what maybe his thoughts were
Right.
of why this is happening. So
Right.
the main
It makes me
character,
think he either knows more and
Yeah.
there's something at the property that he knows about.
right?
So like he keeps withholding information.
Yeah.
So I don't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so apparently he got drunk he's a super rich guy, and he deals with marketing, with defense
He's like a CPA,
contractors.
right?
He moves. I think he's a
He's like a
Like a
CPA.
hedge fund, something or other.
yeah, something like that,
I had to guess.
or
It doesn't really say.
yeah,
He deals
but
with
he-
lots
He said
of
he
big
moves,
people's
yeah.
money.
yeah, and he was
Yes,
moving
yeah.
money around and stuff.
His job is watching the market. He's good at watching the
Right,
market.
right. That's
And-
right. I remember
and-
him saying that. And he said he could also notice like maybe things were going to get bad because of how the market was moving, and he's like, you can see the future by what you know in the past of that. So, but anyways, he was hammered with one of his clients who was a defense contractor. And they get so drunk that they end up going to the defense contractor's little study in his home. And he says to that guy that, hey, I need you to do some stuff for me. I'm going to be gone for a week. I'm going to be in a meeting with the elites that run the world, or something like that, right? Or didn't he say something
Yeah.
along those conditions?
Yeah.
And I think he had a serious face. I think even he said that he had a serious face on when he said it. He wasn't joking. And then that was years ago. And then he called the black guy
GH.
back, and
The black
was like,
guy's
hey,
GH.
GH, that's right. And so he called GH, and he's like, hey, I need you to move some money for me, blah, blah, blah. And GH makes a joke back, going, oh, what are you going to meet your elites that run the world meeting or whatever?
Your evil cabal friends.
Yeah. And then he said he was like, nothing was said. He's like,
Well, he goes, take care of yourself, GH.
take care of yourself. Yeah. He was like,
And he was like,
okay.
oh my God.
Oh man, that's crazy. I mean, why would they? I'm trying to think. Why would they? We know the elites made this film. That's what I believe, at least. So
I'm
why
telling
would they
you,
put
it
that?
is their way of telling us.
It's
shit's
speaking it into
gonna go
existence. Oh my
sideways
gosh, this
sooner
is
than we think.
nuts. This is nuts. So, anyways, right? So there's cyber attacks, but it was done with one step, but then it had stages, right? So
Right.
the initial step was take down communications, take down, the infrastructure, and knock out not only telecommunications, but Wi-Fi, internet, any type of way that we basically use everything for nowadays.
You can communicate with each other.
Yeah. And then there was stages that would progress down the line naturally. I mean, it's a very smart idea. If you're going to take a country down, it's like setting a forest fire. It's like you just start a little fire, and then the wind takes it, builds it up, starts to grow, hits that direction, and then takes off. And that's kind of like how I saw this whole breakdown of society.
That, like, if someone actually did this to us, like, this is the way to take out the United States, because
we have too much firepower. They can't really win.
If
they
we
can
talk to each other and we can communicate, and we can feed ourselves, like, you're not going to come in. Like, any invading force is fucked. But if you do something like that, where you knock out our power, or even just knock out the communications, and then start doing stuff with power, and, like, we're going to take each other out, and then you can just walk in and do whatever you want.
Right.
Like, we will handle the destruction for you.
Do you almost think like it was like a king of the hill mentality, where like people were just getting aggressive in that way, trying to just take the superiority of whatever resources that they had or something? Because like at some point in the film,
like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, tribalism.
But wait, like, what part of the movie are you talking about right
No,
now?
so like, because we only saw.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
we only saw the perspective. I'm kind of thinking outside
You're
the box.
extrapolating.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
'Cause we only
thinking
saw
of
the
like
perspective of what we did, but I'm thinking of like in what was going on in the city. We saw what was going on in the rural, but I'm trying to think what was going on in the city. You know, like
definitely looting, rioting.
Well, were people looting, rioting, then kind of like,
endlessly.
joining groups, and then were people then all of a sudden turning on each other within the groups to take over the power of the resources, and things like that.
So
that's kind of
the
like
movie.
Do you remember World War Z? Remember what happens in the beginning? There's a traffic jam. There's fires. There's windows breaking.
yeah.
That was because there was actual like zombies killing people.
No, but
and
it
you
will
had-
get it. My point with that is it'll get to that. Like if there's zero power, zero water, there's no water pumps, there's no water, there's no nothing. You have zero in a city. You have nothing.
So just based on the movie, they still had power. They still had water.
Yep.
They just lost communications right at it.
I thought about that the whole time.
And so, which is like best case scenario as well, in my opinion. But they had this movie.
They're comfortable. They're drinking wine and having fun and shit. Be in the pool. They're swimming. Like the deer shows up. That's about. There's a couple other things that happen.
This happened over 2 days, 3 days, right? Like this movie was only over
I think it was like 3 days.
40.
So like the first day, GH went out to the beach. He saw like some plane crashes and some other stuff, right? So if there was some sort of EMP, or if they lost, if those planes lose communication, right?
What about all the
may
people
not
on the
know
beach?
where they are. Yeah, that was from a plane crash. That big ship. That big ship that crashed.
What about all this shit in the guy's front yard? He walks through the house. It's a mess. And then he gets to the beach. What does he find on the beach?
There's bodies. There's plane crashes, remnants of plane crashes. Yeah.
So if those planes lost communication, if they lost communication and like navigation,
who did he pull up out of the sand?
That was the pilot.
Okay, I thought it was the neighbor.
So let's talk about the plane crashes, because these plane crashes were, I mean, unless you run out of fuel with a plane, I don't see how you're just going to nosedive into the coast. Like, were these planes kind of cyber attacked to where like maybe electronics went fully down? Or
it's possible. I don't know.
I'm thinking
they didn't really explain it. That's what I'm saying. Again, it goes back to this being a prepper fiction book that.
Right.
But so if you watch throughout the movie, lots of random shit starts happening. You remember the noise attack that they all experienced?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So there are current systems in military arsenals, especially ours. Like we have LRADs, we have long range. That's a long range acoustic device, right? Some of them, and the guy. Kevin Bacon's character talks about it at the end. Like, they give off certain frequencies and radio waves and stuff. So if they use something like that, or we did see, I can't remember if it was this early in the movie, a couple huge explosions that left. They weren't quite mushroom clouds, but it was like plumes of smoke from explosions, right?
Yep.
When they were looking at the city.
Yep.
So if any of those happened to give off any form of radiation, it could have knocked out electronics and controls for airplanes.
Going back to the noise thing, have you guys ever experienced any besides like heavy equipment or anything like that, any like high pitched noise that you've ever been around that's like almost makes you like nauseous? Like it like
no,
it subdues you.
I mean,
I can't say that I have.
Dude, I was sitting in my room. I lived on Alta and like right behind my school in Las Vegas. And I'm sitting in my room one night and I remember I was playing GTA and I was sitting right next to my window and all of a sudden it felt like just heavy ringing, like normal ringing, and then it got higher and higher and higher. Like it felt like it was coming from my window. I was sitting right next to my window. And I got nauseous and like I got lightheaded and I ran out of my room and I ran into my backyard and it slowly faded away, but it reminds me of the movie because I'll never forget that. It literally was curdling me. Like it was just like, it was killing me.
You got experimented on by Skunkworks.
Dude, I swear to God, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm not kidding. It was crazy. It made me nauseous. It made me want to pass out. Like I was getting, like I felt like I was gonna. Dude, my heart went to like 200, like right away, bro. And
The
I
U.S.
fucking ran in my
military
backyard.
has they have those LRADs, but they have basically it's like a microwave. It's like a heat gun, basically. It's this truck has this big, massive, looks like a satellite dish on it,
Yes.
but it shoots microwaves and it'll fucking melt you.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you don't get out of
Yeah.
the way, like it causes extreme pain,
Now,
and
with
like, it will
that,
melt your ass.
with that, I think that also 5G technology has some sort. I think it was made from that. Like
Possibly.
the technology behind it, how it works, has some characteristics of that. I did read something like that. Because when this whole 5G thing got passed and when Trump passed it officially to like get 5G like within 300 feet, like to like minimum everywhere, there was a bunch of stuff online about it that I read. Who knows if it was true, but fuck it. It's entertaining.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining.
It's killing us, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
We're all being
Yeah.
baked.
Right.
Guess he's already baked, but
So I'm thinking, I just flash back to the airplane. I'm going to combine this with the Tesla scene. So,
that's right. Yeah.
What if the AI
Great
capabilities? What if the AI capabilities in the electronic systems with these vehicles was able to get hacked, or maybe
That's the whole point.
something along that standard?
That's
because
the whole point. Of course they can. Of course they can get hacked because that's how they update, right? That's how the Teslas update. They don't take them into the facility every time they need to update. They click the fucking button like your phone. Like you what do you need to do with? You need to plug your iPhone in for it to update or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a computer on wheels.
You have to have it.
That's all it is.
Yeah, you have to have it. Yeah, you have to have it plugged in, or else it won't update.
So I was looking into it, and a European teenager actually hacked Tesla, and he was brought on the World Government Summit for for his own little personal session. They brought him up on stage, and they were actually like questioning him, like how he did this.
That seems so set up.
Because
when you say something like that, it seems so.
Now he has his own cyber company, and he also has his own computer company. So he's got like two companies, and he's a teenager. It's crazy. And he was even, I remember I was watching this live on YouTube, and he was even saying how he could have taken these Teslas out for a joyride if he wanted to. He was just hacking the system, but and the demographics inside the system and stuff. But he said that he could actually joyride them if he wanted to.
Why is he not in jail? Why is he not in jail?
Oh, well, I think he's maybe going to play a huge part when like this shit does happen. Maybe this is kind of why like they want to push these electronic vehicles so bad.
What's his name?
I forget his name. He's actually a white dude, blonde hair. He's like German. Funny.
No way. White dude, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
Well, he might not be in jail. It all depends on how he hacked their system.
Yeah,
like
if he did it
Tesla, or did he hack a Tesla?
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a big difference.
Big facts. Yeah, that's exactly how I thought about it too when he said that like he hacked all of Tesla.
And I found it interesting that no, it was just individual vehicles that he did. But I found it interesting
what did he
too
do?
that
do you know
I don't know anything else. I can't really remember much. But
he hacked you. He hacked your brain.
Tesla actually recalled. I think it was like 2 million something vehicles or something like that.
Yep.
Oh, right? Did you see that?
That was recent. Yeah.
Yeah, like they actually brought them back in. So I'm like, what's going on here? This movie's got Teslas crashing on the highway, which kind of looked like it was bottlenecking highways from people leaving the cities in a way.
They're all bottlenecked. Dude, there's two main highways going out of Florida, right? There's only two.
Yeah, the big ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's usually only like two big highways going out of any state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like if you shut down communication, you keep people trapped, right? Like now the military can't even go anywhere. Like if they wanted to, the military is stuck.
I know.
because they can't
Jeez.
fly. Planes are falling out of the fucking sky.
Golly.
Damn, you're rhyming. You're spitting bars now.
Oh shit!
Right?
Can't even fly or can't even drive. Planes are falling out of the sky. Spit those bars, Louis.
It was just
You
weird,
were-
man. I mean, the hacking capabilities of the vehicles now that they kind of want to really push as mainstream on the roadways is that's just what I think of. I just think of things like that. Like, why do they want to push this so hard? We know the agenda by 2030, right? I think
It's all
I think it's-
control, man. You know exactly
Yeah.
why they want to
I think
push
they
it.
wanna-
It's all control.
I think they want like 30% of the private transportation to be by 2030, and then by 2050, I think it's like 100%. So we're gonna see a huge push on that in the future, if not,
Well, I mean,
very
they're gonna
soon.
try, and like the more they can make stuff electronic, the more they can control us.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
an internal combustion engine vehicle with like a 1980s or even a 90s vehicle with just
Before
regular
97. Pre-97.
Yeah, with like regular, they can't just turn your car off.
No.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right? No.
Pre-97
Like, even my-
Ford.
Anything with OnStar, like you're fucked. The police could be like,
I
"Hey,
know.
this GMC rolling down the road, this license plate or whatever, it's this person. Can you shut their car off, please?"
I know. Our vehicles just operate off chips, man. Nowadays, they don't run off. What is it? A carburetor? Is that what the vehicles used to run off of?
Well, they're fueling.
Or,
Most of them are fuel injected now. Ooh, but speaking of that, I saw that the new Mustang, that with the Coyote motor, is going to be naturally aspirated. So it's versus
Interesting.
fuel injected, which is
No way.
like
Bullshit.
And
that's what
get
that's what it
me
said, but
one of
that's
those.
some American muscle right there.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Coyote too. That's they're bringing the Coyote back.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Man.
I'm excited about
Oh,
that. Not that I'm gonna
oh.
get one. I would love one, but
Oh, next topic I wanted to bring up. Did you guys notice anything changing throughout the movie as far as inside that home? Did you
like
notice?
shit getting moved around, or
I mean, I'd have to watch it again to see that, but what I noticed is the paintings in the movie were changing as the movie was going on. So the primary bedroom in that house had an
You were
ocean.
paying attention this motherfucking much, man.
not
Yes.
Jeez,
we,
dude.
we
Yes.
already told you we were doing other
Yes.
shit when this movie
I
was going.
I'm the
Yeah.
guy. I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'm that
Explain to
guy.
us now.
So the primary bedroom, right? When they first got into the home, like day one, they had no idea what was going on. There's an ocean backdrop behind the bed.
Okay.
And it's like maybe 2 feet high, 3 feet high, whatever. Maybe 4 feet high. And as the movie progresses, the ocean is getting taller. It's
Get the
rising. The
fuck
ocean
outta
is
here.
rising. in
Climate
the-
change,
in
right?
the movie, dude.
Yeah.
And especially
that's the whole.
it really started rising when that chapter called The Flood happened, which I was like, the flood. Let
Right,
me
and
look
that's
at,
when the
me
plane
look-
crashed and
right,
flooded the house.
Wait, that was
Yeah.
the chapter. That was the chapter's name, the flood.
the flood.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking come on!
You guys got to
Jesus.
watch this movie again, dude. I tell you, you're gonna see some crazy stuff.
I have
bro.
to. I have
It's-
to. I have
just look
I don't
out
want
for stuff.
to. I don't want to. I
It's
love.
crazy.
It was a cool like movie made by Obama. Respect it. But fuck him. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'll watch it again.
Dude, it
I'll
was
try.
super interesting. I'm telling you, I
Just-
think every second that flew by in this movie, there was some sort of meaning and significance to every
There
single
was a
thing.
lot that
Every
went on,
line
man.
in that movie had meaning. Every line. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was another picture, which is in the
I can
living
see it.
room. And it's the black and white picture. And throughout the movie, it changes. It was kind of like one
That's
of those
cool though.
ridiculous paintings that is like probably like $5 million, and you're like, this is $5 million. Are you shitting me, dude? I could have done it. Maybe just throw some shit on there, whatever.
So when you were watching this movie, did you see it real time? Did you see the shit changing real time, or did you?
Yeah. Well, when
go
I'm
back
watching, when I was watching the scenes, I was really paying attention. I was just kind of like
So
looking.
you
I was
were
looking
looking
at
for this shit.
I was looking at
You
things
were
that
looking
my
for this shit. Is
I
what
was
you were
looking
doing.
at things that my subconscious would have, brought in, but
I don't know how
my
you can watch a
conscience
movie like
was
that. I
my
can't enjoy
conscience
a
was
movie.
finding it.
No, I think he's watching it. If he's actually not, if he's
No,
telling the
I'm
damn
watching
truth
it.
right
I'm
now, if he's, dude, what he's doing is expecting all this shit. He's looking in the background for the Coke can and all the
Yeah,
Pepsi.
but then you're
and
not
Yeah.
seeing what the characters are doing. Like,
I'm
the
watching
characters-
everything. I'm doing a lot. I'm not just kind of sitting there like, relaxed.
Dude, what? Okay,
I am relaxed,
okay,
but I was just kind of like,
so
I had a purpose, I guess, of watching them.
so you're saying the
thing.
pictures are changing, and
Yeah. I don't know what that means. That's why I'm talking with you guys. I want to know what you guys
well, no,
think.
I think it's
Maybe,
just
what
an
does that
added
mean?
element, obviously, to the production. It's an added element. I saw, like I said, the social engineering. Most of what I saw was the stereotypes and how they were really good. Like they did a good job on stereotypes.
Like even
I
to
think they were very accurate. Like the sexualness and the weirdness, but like people get drunk and they're stagnant in their life and the world's ending and they want a little bit and it like that too. That part of it too was a little awkward, but at the same time very realistic.
Like
very realistic.
remember when the television turned on? Usually it was just a white noise screen and then a blue screen. Funny, it was a blue screen. And then there was an actual map of the United States with hotspots on it that showed you
Oh yeah. Yep.
what areas had blackout, or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, over Kentucky was a QR code. Did you see that?
I didn't notice. No,
I don't remember.
QR
yet.
code.
God damn it.
Over Kentucky.
Did you pause it? Did you pause it and QR it?
So I started to kind of look it up, but I had to kind of dig deep into other people's social medias and stuff, and they said that it is. Let me see if I can find it here. But it's it's a Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park in Kentucky. Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park is what pops up for that QR code.
Shawnee, like Native American?
Native American Abandoned Amusement Park in Kentucky. So it's kind of like, I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Fucking
dude?
Weird, dude.
That's what I'm saying. What does that mean? I'm tripping. First
Maybe
of all,
it has something to do with the sequels.
I'd have to read this book, bro. Something's in the book, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
When you do look
It's
at pictures of it, it looks dystopian. So maybe something to that. Maybe of,
what do you mean dystopian? An abandoned
dystopian
amusement park?
No, I'm talking about like overgrown and grass grown over.
Yeah,
It's just like
it's
all
abandoned amusement park.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like the vibe. Maybe that's the meaning of it, Or maybe that's
You looked up the.
I looked it up. Yeah.
He looked up an abandoned amusement park, and get this, it looks abandoned.
It looks abandoned. No way. It's overgrown. There's fucking lions and Will Smith in the background and shit, shooting mannequins.
There's so I think the significance, but this is another thing I want to share with you guys. The significance with Point Comfort and the ship that beached itself.
Oh,
so,
did we talk about that yet? We
we skipped right past it.
Okay, well, this is like in the first quarter of the movie.
Good.
It was actually the first thing that happened. That was
What a trip, dude! When you see a big ass ship that close, I thought the same thing when I saw that scene. I'm like, you guys need to get the fuck out of the way. That is not stopping. That is there's no port anywhere near you. It's coming right at you. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Well,
you can so with these subliminal messages, you can take them. What I did is I just Googled it. So like when Ethan Hawke and his family are driving to Point
Comfort.
What's it called? Point Comfort. So the channel he was on, the radio station he was on, was 1619. And so if you type in 1619 Point Comfort, it actually talks about that in 1619 in Point Comfort was when they first shipped over enslaved, I forget what group.
Slaves?
But yeah, slaves pretty much. And
is that to do with the 1619 project?
I think so.
Jeez.
And so the ship that they
History.
What is the 1619 project? You
The
can't just
sh-
skip
the
over
sh-
that.
hold on, the ship that they came over in was called I have it down here. It's called the White Lion. And what was the name on that ship that beached itself? White Lion. It's
Oh my
trippy, bro.
God.
It's
Wait, so
Different
you're
direction.
saying that's a slave? So you're saying like that Obama and Michelle Obama?
Well,
like,
that was an oil tanker.
it was an oil
So
tanker,
we are a slave to.
oil, and
Oh.
the petrodollar.
And it's gonna
Yeah,
fall.
that's what I'm-
I don't know.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking right now.
Man,
That's
Louis,
kinda
you
crazy,
just
dude.
fucking connected.
That's what I'm
those
saying.
fucking
This is
dots
why we
real
gotta talk
quick.
about this stuff. Bro.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
telling you.
wait. Let's
Wait.
re-go over that because that is very good. So let's go.
Uh,
So the White Lion is actually the name of a slave ship that came over in
Yes.
1619 to America.
Yep. And
And
Yeah,
that is
Point
the name of
Comfort.
the ship in the movie, which is an oil tanker.
yes.
So he's implying that we are enslaved to the monetary system, thus they have created via petrodollar, and it is about to fall.
That's a good.
You could say that.
It's a good one. I like that one. Or it's
Nice
that
and
oil
tidy.
is
Put a
black.
bow on it.
And, yeah.
Wait,
Sorry.
What? Something black? What'd you say?
My dick.
My bear.
That's funny. Oh, do you guys remember in the movie The Drone?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Oh,
was
they dropped the
that?
pamphlets.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I thought
let's
it was
get back
blood.
to the
I
movie.
thought it was
Death
blood
to America?
peppers. I was
When
like,
the
Death to
dad went
America.
out to find
That's right.
stuff, he runs into. Remember, the only person he saw was that like Latino lady only
Yeah.
spoke
Mhm.
Spanish.
dude, I needed you there,
And-
bro. I needed a translator. I did not know what the hell she
Latina?
was saying. No
I
subtitles.
could barely understand what she was fucking saying, but she was basically just asking for help.
So sad.
That
I would have picked her up.
I probably
would've
wouldn't
let
have
her-
either. I probably would
I
have let
would've.
her
Nah.
too.
I would have been strapped up to the gills though. So,
Yeah, well, I mean,
Should be.
but maybe I wouldn't have.
I
Maybe I
probably wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have.
been in Long Island, so there's that.
Yeah, I'm talking shit. I'm all like, yeah, I would have picked her up. She's innocent.
I
get it. Yeah,
But
why
yeah,
is there?
so
You're in Long Island.
while they're
and
out
why
there,
is there
he's
a
driving
Latino
around. He's lost. He sees this. I thought it was like a crop duster plane.
That's what I thought it was too.
That was like dropping like sarin gas or some crazy shit. I thought
Me
he
too.
was about. I thought he was about to get gassed.
You saw the
Turn-
red. I saw the red going. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah. Turns out it was a massive drone dropping leaflets, and eventually he gets back home after being freaked out. Why was he so freaked out? Was it just the drone and the lady kind of made him crazy, and the fact that he's a pussy?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. 100%. The last part there. 100%.
Okay,
Dude, he was
he gets-
aggravating me the whole movie.
he gets back
The
to the
whole
house and
movie.
he's like, "I need a drink," and like he's fucking.
Oh no, he
tripping out,
heard the
like-
noise. He heard the noise. That's what it was.
Well, they all did though, but
right.
Yeah.
I'm
I
assuming
think
because when he
I
came
think
back,
the
he's
big
like,
part was he.
He felt bad because he denied her.
Yeah, he abandoned her.
He abandoned her.
But one of the pamphlets, the son ends up looking at it. It was in Arabic, and he's like, "Death to America." And
Oh,
everyone's like,
he said,
"What?"
oh, he said it so casual too. He said, "Oh, Death to America."
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on a game I was playing.
Yeah,
it's
which was
cool,
probably
right?
Modern Warfare
Right.
3, the first one, when we were actually fighting in the Middle East in that game.
oh, and when he was when they were on the way to the beach, he was playing the game on his phone. Remember?
Yeah.
You heard the gunshots and stuff. It was like Call of Duty. Okay, makes sense now. Now, because I was like, what does that mean? What was he doing? Makes sense now. Okay. All right. This is what we got to do. We got to talk about this weird shit.
Okay,
It's
So-
all weird.
where are we in the movie?
Dude, this movie is purposely weird. They get you,
You know what
thinking.
made me mad about GH's character is that, and the daughter did make a point You remember the second day when the family came back because they tried to leave the island, and then they had that whole Tesla incident
Oh
where
yeah, yep,
they almost got destroyed by Teslas, and they had to dodge Tesla traffic and shit.
Mhm.
yep.
And then the family came back, and the daughter's like, "Why are we still sleeping in the basement of our own house?
Yes, yep.
Like, fuck that. I don't care. Like, world is ending. You guys can sleep in the fucking basement. I'm
Right.
sleeping in my bedroom."
Right.
But it like that's a young person's thought too, because it's like the dad is trying to be copacetic and like, hey, the world's ending. You rented the house for me. It's my Airbnb, and be comfortable. I have my quarters down here. I know I can sleep in.
Right.
But it is perfectly understandable for his daughter to act like that.
It is, and I
Yeah.
would have like.
Yeah,
I'm
they
a
did a
grown
good
man.
job. Yeah.
Airbnb or not, like I'm getting my bedroom back, and you can sleep in the fucking basement.
Well, are you sure you would do that to such a nice passive guy like Ethan Hawke?
Who are you
Nice,
talking
sweet.
to right now? I'm
Oh
not a movie
shit! He's
character.
like, get the fuck out of my fucking bed now, dude. Maybe he is Kevin Bacon. He's gonna kill all of them and bury them in the backyard
No,
immediately.
I would not kill them necessarily, but I might have
Necessarily.
similar reaction. So one of the
Dude,
things that I brought up
they
to
were also sweet though. They were kind. Like even Julia Roberts, she's not a little bit. She was a lot of bit of a Karen. Everybody was like, they're all very well off.
Right.
All these people were very well off. Point about it too, like they're speaking to not only the peasants, they're speaking to the well off people. Like, are you guys going to be okay when this shit hits the fan? Like, you're not super
Right.
status, huh?
Right. Well, so one of the things that I brought up to Melanie, and I know I brought it up to you guys before too, where I think Kevin Bacon's character kind of realizes it, like after the whole when they pull guns on each other and like they're having a showdown, and then Ethan Hawke's character like basically starts begging. He's like, "I'm a useless man. Like I don't know how to do anything. I
Oh
don't know
my
what I'm doing right
gosh,
now.
dude. Should have
My
shot him
son
in
is
the
hurt.
face
I don't
right
know
there.
what to do." And
Yeah.
he's like, I was like,
Jesus
this
Christ.
is perfect. I think
It's pathetic is what it is.
it's very
Pisses me
pathetic.
off.
I think it was accurate though. But
Very accurate. Very accurate.
Evan's Bacon's character, when he finally does a little bit bartering with him. Like that's my mindset from word go. At the very beginning, I think you have to help people, but not necessarily at the detriment to yourself, right? Like you do, there
Right.
has to be some
Return.
trade in. If you're trading, it's in value, right? It's not just here you need this necessarily, unless I know you and I know I can
Right.
get some shit back from you later. You know what I mean?
Dude, he was carrying like
So-
a couple of grand with him. Holy shit.
Well, he got that at the beginning of the movie from GH. Remember?
That's right. All right. That's it.
So
That's right.
again, it's a book
I don't
written.
remember that.
So at the beginning of the
What's
movie,
GH?
I'm
What's
on the-
GH? What are you talking about?
GH is the black guy who owns the house.
And he just gave him money?
All right, so let me. We're back at the beginning of the movie now. GH shows up at the house, and he's trying to talk Julia Roberts' character into like, "Hey, this is our house. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
I'll give
If
you all my money. Oh yeah,
Well,
he went to the drawer. He went to that one drawer.
yeah, well, he's like,
Okay, I remember.
for
this.
your
He went to the secret
inconvenience.
drawer. Yep.
Yeah, he's like, for your
remember this.
inconvenience, I will. Here's $1,000 that'll cover, more than half of your whatever, to pay you back for your inconvenience. So he
Yeah.
gave him $1,000 right there,
Yeah, from that secret drawer he had it locked up
Yeah,
under the wine cabinet or some shit.
correct. Yeah, so that's where he had that money from. Which again, it's a book. It's written, specifically for all these things to fall in line throughout the movie. So, but yeah, that's what I understand. Like in a situation like that, you can't do everything by yourself. Yes, you need to protect your family, but you have to have some sort of community or something that
Yeah.
you got to sleep at some point. And if you're making enemies and killing people,
Yes.
everybody
exactly.
right out of the gate, you're going to have a hard time.
Be good to thy neighbor. We always go back to the Bible and all this stuff, but dude, in reality, Like it just you don't need the Bible to be a good person. Maybe the Bible is an ethical boundary that we've all learned over the last 2,000 years, 800 years. Oh shit, I'm echoing. Why am I echoing? Anyways,
freak.
It did it one time. Very weird. That freaked me out a little bit. But
You lost your.
yeah. I lost my choo-choo chain. No, we all have this like ethical boundary, right?
Oh, we hope we do.
Yeah, and it's like I did lose my choo-choo train a little bit. That echo got me. It got me, and then it's skipping a little bit. I'm like, oh no, damn it! Don't skip on me.
Fill
All right,
me
can
in.
you guys hear
What
me?
did
Okay,
what-
are we? Am I? Can you hear me?
What did I miss? My dog just threw up everywhere.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm back. I smell like dog throw up.
Oh hell yeah!
Damn
dude.
it.
My dog threw up the other morning at literally 4:30 a.m. and I left her in there. She threw up a couple times, couple bile throw ups,
Gosh.
and I'm like, you know what, bitch, I'm gonna get a couple more hours of sleep before I get up and unzip your. She's bougie. She's got a whole padded zip pillowed mattress in her kennel. She's a kennel dog. She's not allowed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll kill all.
Where
every animal.
are we at? Where are we at in the movie?
Okay, so
I
basically
rewound it.
where we're at is God is where we're at.
Yes, we started talking about God, and then his microphone.
Well, I was talking about
and echoed on him, and then he lost his train of thought.
Yeah, Louis remind me because I really had a good thing. Remind me. Yeah, that's what I thought. God damn it. Well, really.
Are we on
where
day
I was
2?
at was, yeah, fuck.
You know nothing. Okay, we're gonna have to move on, Jesse.
No. No, I hope you're not waiting on me. Let's
okay.
move it.
I was.
Let's move it on. No, don't. Thank you for waiting so long. God, you're such a good friend.
So the frequencies. Let's talk about the frequencies.
Ooh. We already did, kind of.
So they got hit once, right? They were like, "What the hell was that?" And then I think
they get twice.
I think they got hit twice.
Twice.
No, twice.
Once when the kids were out of the house, and then the second time.
Yeah, they were in the woods when they got hit. I remember that they were in the woods when they got hit one of the times. So I think that was the second time when they were in the woods. That was the second time.
What it could be causing the frequency? Like, what was?
Was it
the drones? Is it DuhWhysMen weapons? Is it what do we?
I don't know.
What kind of technology are we talking about here? 5G? I don't know. Everything's connected to the internet.
Based on the end of the movie, Kevin Bacon's character talks about how there were some sound weapons that were used in Cuba, and I haven't looked any of this up to know if it was.
They were
real.
Microwave.
Fuck! Kevin Bacon's character says something about it.
Oh, microwave radiation. That's what
That's what caused the teeth and stuff. Which, when the son started losing his teeth, immediately I was like, radiation poisoning.
Oh my gosh!
But my question is, why is he the only one that got it?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
and
I know.
Immediate. Like within 6 hours, he starts losing his teeth.
Because he got bit by the bug, dude.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But it didn't even look like a tick, though. He just looked like he got bit. So he had.
It looked like a leech or a tick or something.
Bacterial. Maybe I think he had a viral.
Like a leech. It looked like a leech or a tick or some shit because he pulled it off his leg and it looked a little bit like that.
He could have been infected with a virus, and it maybe just had a synergistic effect.
It causes your teeth to fall out?
No, what I'm saying is I think maybe some sort of activation.
They're making you think that with the movie because they show they show him getting bit by that tick.
I know that
or
was weird.
Right,
That
that's
has to mean
foreshadowing
something.
for something, and
foreshadowing
obviously
for that. It's
after
foreshadowing
that,
for that because he's the only one that got bit. He's the only one that had the teeth fall out. Of course, that's what it is, right? But why?
that makes sense to tie those two together. But what would happen? What disease? Like, is it a radioactive bug?
I'm thinking that maybe he was sick, but he didn't. He was just asymptomatic, and then when he started to get hit with the frequencies, then it triggered. So it's kind of like, oh, give a vaccine to the population, and then send out a frequency, and then boom, bing, bada, bam.
Almost like what just happened here in the United States recently.
Yes.
Yep.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
need to look up and see how many people
Yep.
have gotten.
Hey, bro, I just had a
radiation
tooth. I
sickness
just had a tooth
recently.
fall out
Right?
back here, and I had a couple molars fall out. But that's from shitty fucking fillers that I got when I was like 10. It
Oh
sucks.
shoot! It just
I
fell
had to
out.
I pulled that fucker out with my own hand. Like,
Your tooth?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Molars.
Hardcore
Dude,
motherfucker.
luckily I didn't get my
Nice.
wisdom teeth taken out. I got all my wisdom, dog.
Nice.
I got extra molars, dude. They tried to convince me to take my molars out. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna need those. Look at all these shitty fillings. They all got rotted out and fucking. I had to pull them. I gotta get new teeth, man. I gotta reconstruct my jaw or some shit, right?
Oh damn.
That's
But yeah, I think we're
pretty
onto
sad
something
and
there.
wild. I'm sorry.
I think we put it together. There's something.
I pulled out about 4 of my teeth. So maybe I'm that guy in the movie. Maybe
Damn.
they're hitting me with that.
That's a problem,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Golly, boy. Something. What could be emitting the radiation or the frequency? Is it
Well,
like
the
the
frequency
drones?
could just be.
Trying to think.
I think it could just be
Satellites?
like an LRAD, some sort of.
Because the movie was
acoustic
heavy on
device.
satellite imagery. I mean, the opening of the movie was there were satellites. They kept showing, footage of the Earth from space with a satellite. I was like, what is this? I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Did they? Fuck, I missed all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like, like the sun was
Yeah, we're gonna have to
coming
go back
over-
and watch
over
this
the-
shit.
was rising and things like that from space. But I don't know. I'm thinking there's something to it. I mean, we won't know
Well,
all of it.
satellite comms were knocked out.
Right?
If you remember, GH got a hold of a satellite phone and it did not.
Yes, you're
work.
right. You're right. I just think of the movie like Geostorm. Remember that movie Geostorm, where like the satellites are up there for one reason and then they just like flip switch and they're used for totally destructive purpose. I don't know.
I don't remember that movie, no.
No? Oh man, dude. Pretty good.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
Pretty good movie. So what else? What else can we cover here in this movie? I think we've hit pretty much damn near everything.
So one of the things that I heard a lot was people didn't understand the ending. They fucking thought it sucked. I loved the ending.
It's just a continue. It's going to continue. I think it's going to be
but
another movie.
Here's why I love the ending. So you remember GH starts talking about this contractor that he knew, and like someone had some loose lips, and they found out that what X family had built this huge bunker underneath their place, right? And it ends up that the daughter, remember the night of the second day, right? I think it was. She's like, I'm done. I'm done waiting.
She nomads.
Right? And everyone's like, what the fuck do you mean you're done waiting?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, she fucking just disappears.
Yeah.
my-
And
The
then
same girl that saw that deer. The same
Yeah.
girl that saw that deer. Yeah.
at the end of the movie, though, her mom and GH's daughter are looking for her. And remember, all those deer show up at the shack,
Yes, dude.
and they're
was
like
that?
freaking the fuck out, and they're making all this noise, and they're trying to
Oh
get
my
the deer
gosh.
to go away.
Julia
Like, I thought
Roberts
that
was
fucking-
ridiculous, dude. In that scene.
Yeah.
I I thought that was
I'm
fucking
just
stupid.
shoot
I
the
liked her in
bitch.
Pretty Woman. I don't know about this one. She's too ugly now.
Yeah, she's ugly in
Alright.
this. She's ugly.
But the daughter,
should have got plastic surgery on this.
they end up showing the daughter in that one house. She's eating like a shit ton of junk food and just like
Yes,
having
she's
a good
snagging
time,
out.
right?
Hell yeah.
And she hears her mom outside, and she's like, and she just starts wandering around the house. She finds the safe room that leads down into the bunker, and so now she's in the bunker. She
Oh.
pulls out fucking Friends DVD, and she's
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
Finishes it. Yeah.
"Fuck
She's like,
yeah!"
I'm
And she finishes
Yeah.
her episode,
Yeah.
the season or whatever, like
Okay.
she wanted to, right?
yeah. Yeah.
What I think about this is
Matthew Perry just died.
zero relevance to what I'm saying.
Many relevance to the damn movie, though. That's the first thing I thought. Sorry. Carry on.
So what I'm thinking is, so she is the youngest one, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's the one noticing all the things. She to me, she's like, all right, I'm done waiting around for you adults
Mm-hmm.
to try and figure shit out.
Mhm.
I'm moving on. The world is fucking ending. Let's get on with this shit. You guys are stuck in the past already. To me, that's her being like, all right, improvise, adapt, overcome. The world has changed. Time to move the fuck on.
Right.
I'm gonna watch my show, finish this up, and we can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got at it. I thought it was
No,
like,
I agree, 100% agree with that. But there's no love behind that because she's like, I'm gonna leave my family behind. Fuck them. I just want to finish.
Yeah.
I just want to finish Friends. I did like that part of it. I was like, this is theatrical.
yeah,
It was good with that because it's like the little girl in reality, well, she's never gonna leave her family like that unless she's schizophrenic or psycho.
well, I
But-
mean, if she knows she's stuck on an island and nobody else is around, why not go wandering away?
Would you?
Like,
Would
she
you
knows
wonder?
got to get back to the house.
Yeah, how far away was that?
It's still on the island. It can't be too far.
Yeah, it wasn't
they
like
were able to
it was
walk
just
there.
it was like the neighbor. It was like the neighbor. It was like a couple,
Yeah.
quarter-mile away or whatever the
Mhm.
fuck it was at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was a good ending. I wasn't like, it wasn't a good ending. Like, it wasn't like, hey, we know what's going on now, because people want that. People get upset because they're like, I need to know what's really going on. What's the end story? No, like this
There's
is
a lot in this movie that was like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
And
then
I
you
like
think about
that.
it
I
and
do
you're
like that.
Okay,
I
gotta
know.
see
I
it.
know. I know.
The two big ones that did make sense to me, and maybe they will if I had paid more attention like DMAT did, was the deer and the ending. And I think I've
Yeah.
kind of made the ending make sense, but I still don't know what the fuck the deer is
I
about.
think the shirt.
the
Yeah, I
ending
don't know
makes
what it
sense
means
the
either.
girl, we know the girl wants to see the ending of the movie. That's it. It's the only way. it
What
makes sense.
if?
She's like, we get to understand that she's got it. She's fulfilled, and then that boom.
Yeah. What
Moving
if
on.
there's something to the shirts that they were wearing? The boy's shirt had it said "Obey" on it.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, dude,
then-
the Obey shirt got me. Dude, when I saw the Obey
and then the
shirt, I was like,
girl's
oh,
shirt, the
didn't even
girl's
notice
shirt, the girl's shirt was a NASA shirt. And I
Right.
don't know if there's something I'm trying
Yes,
to think
I
of,
did
maybe
notice the
something that
NASA
can
shirt,
tie into
actually.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the Obey and the NASA shirt. Right when I saw that, I was, oh, come on.
Oh,
Obey
maybe
is
the
such an old
elites.
brand.
Maybe the elites wanted to make her character and base her character off of the intention and the
Trust the science, maybe.
like
Mhm. Yeah.
like yeah.
Yep.
And but like make her character to have like the intentions and the perspective of the elites to wanting to collapse the world.
Bro,
So
it's
like
exactly,
hold on. So like her whole character throughout the whole movie was she wanted to see this fucking episode. The last one. She wanted to do it.
she's a
She-
little
she-
girl, yeah.
She wanted to play
Yeah.
the ending. She wanted, that's what it is. She wanted to play the ending. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's how it's how they ended the movie, kind of like how it's like now it's like it's on. Here we go.
Yep. The
Get
end
ready,
is
By the way,
begun.
friends.
The end is
By
the
the way,
beginning.
friends.
The end has begun.
Yes, dude.
Yes.
Yes, dude.
Perfect.
I don't. This is the. I'm
No,
thinking.
stream of consciousness. I like it.
Yeah. So something there. I still don't know what the fuck the animals were doing. I don't know why there were flamingos in the pool. I don't know what that was.
So,
Dude, the
one of the
flamingos in the
things-
pool. I was like, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
that's
One of
super
the
cool.
things that-
I'm like, what does that mean? And then the guy in the Elon Musk, nope, Ethan Hawke. They were standing there and they're like, yeah, why? Why? Is it okay? My immediate thought is that there's a nearby zoo in New York City, one of the big zoos. They escaped, or the handler let them go. That's what I thought about.
Well,
Well,
unless
Is there flamingos?
yeah, well,
in
there's
the
the New York
City
Zoo.
Yes,
I don't
I would
know.
assume I would assume like the San Diego Zoo. I've been in the San Diego Zoo a couple times. Everybody talks about it. It's pretty fucking cool. There's a couple
been there.
cool exhibits. You been there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
the-
fucking cool.
Typically, birds in zoos are either in an aviary or their wings are clipped so that they don't fly away.
Right, it's disturbing. You should. I
but-
mean, have you been to the disturbing Florida Zoo? Florida,
Which one?
dude, the zoo we went with Stevie is so bad.
Ooh,
don't even
so
wanna say
so
it.
the
I don't even
flamingo
wanna say it.
Oh, the
symbolism.
Sanford Zoo.
Dude, it was so.
It was pretty
bad,
bad, bro. It was pretty
so
bad.
It's just small.
Just one of the
Small.
leopards. One of the leopards had a chicken coop with a box fan.
They don't have leopards there.
It was
Oh,
a
they
cheetah or
There
something,
was a
maybe something like
leopard
that.
and one of the. There was. It was not good.
But anyways, dude, all right, so look, listen to this. The
Mm.
flamingo symbolism and meaning include beauty, balance, potential, and romance. So remember,
I can
so
see romance.
the
I can see
romance.
The, yeah,
I can see the romance
the girl and the
because-
guy. The girl and the guy. Yeah, yeah.
because the
So,
girl also said to her
She asked him
dad,
if he ever fucked. She asked him if he ever fucked any of the students.
Yeah.
That's what she
Yes.
did. They sat down. Yeah, it's so
yes,
weird. That
and
was so weird to
when
me.
she was laying in bed
Social
with her
conditioning.
father, when she was laying in bed with her father, she said to him, "I'm scared. I think he wants to fuck me." And I
Fuck
was
me.
like,
Yep.
"What is
After-
going
After she,
on?"
yes.
Yeah.
So
That
after
was
she
that one. I was
already.
like, why? Why are we? Why? Is
I
this a
know,
thing?
why is
Well,
it? Yeah,
it
for
angers you.
real.
It angers you a little.
The same way, dude.
That's social conditioning in and out. So in the movie that happens, but it pisses you off. So a lot of people are going to see that scene and gonna go, damn, that pisses me off. Fuck that bitch. And they're gonna mean it. They're gonna be angry. They see another girl like that. They're gonna look at that girl,
Well,
and it's gonna remind them of that scene. It's
I'm not
social
gonna lie.
conditioning in and out of the.
I saw it and I did think this stupid bitch.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, I did too. Of course, it
This-
pisses you off.
Her character's what, like 20 years old, a college student or
Yes.
some shit. And I was
Just
like, this dumb bitch.
Yes, exactly. And you know they're everywhere. They're
Yeah.
everywhere. They're not watching our YouTube live right now, but they are everywhere. They're fucking everywhere. And that's that's aggravating. It is aggravating. Very true. It's just the another stereotype that they covered it. I think that movie was really good with that aspect. They really covered stereotypes very well. No way. Michelle Obama and Barack Obama covered stereotypes good. No way. No way they did social conditioning. Of course. Of course.
Oh,
They got the
man.
CIA, the FBI, they got everything under their fucking wing. They controlled everything. I don't know why I say they. You would think that his wife would not be a part of it. Like, hey, you're the president of the United States. Keep your wife out of it. No. Big Mike's a part of it. Let's go.
Man. Oh, well, I hope the viewers are
Happy.
ready for a huge cyber fucking attack. I hope everyone's
Listen,
ready.
man, literally, no one is going to be ready for.
No.
Something
No
like
way.
that.
Now this movie
No
kind
way.
of localized it to.
Can I say
the
something real quick?
Yeah.
Real quick. The best thing
Cut
you
me
can
off
do.
again. Now I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I know, but I'm going to say something very sweet and kind. The best thing you can do as a person is know your neighbors very well, make good friends with them, unless they're a complete fucking asshole, and that's a different story. But know your neighbors very well, take care of them, and if you can, take care of them. That's the whole point behind this, is that, you know, when Texas, Louis, you remember when Texas had the freeze last year? They had a big
I
freeze.
think that one was 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, last year I don't think they had the same issue.
They didn't have the freeze. So
I could be wrong.
Right, it doesn't matter. Regardless, when you're from these cold parts, the very frigid parts of the United States, there's freezes every single year almost. And you rely on your neighbors and yourself mostly. You learn to rely on yourself, but we all have to take care of each other, and we live in the same country, and we have to love each other, and that, like, it's a big part of it. Ethics, morals,
Community's the only thing that's going to
Community.
get us through anything like this.
anything.
If you're by yourself, you're going to be in trouble.
Right. Thank you. Dude, it's like people, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but I really don't think people realize how much community matters. It really does. It matters so much. And when you're in a rut, dude, your water's frozen, your pump broke down, dude, you ain't got no water, man. How you gonna fucking live? So community matters the most. Community matters the most. How are you going to take care of your children? You know, when everything goes to hell. Your neighbor. So love thy neighbor. Love your neighbor. My neighbor's across from me right now. Dude, I've been living here for 5 years now, and I've tried to say hi to him the first 2 years, 3 years, and now we're 2 years after, and I'm like, dude, these guys are. I'm not going to go into stereotypes, but these guys don't care about anybody. It's, you know, I know my neighbors up and down the block. We all take care of each other, and unfortunately, one of them's getting evicted right now. But it's very important to take care of your neighbor.
Yeah.
It is, because when shit goes to hell, let's combine our resources and take care of each other, because we don't got no other resources.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
you bringing up that point kind of makes me think. GH, right? At the end of the movie, after his altercation with Kevin Bacon, you know, he looks at Ethan Hawke and he's like, hey, you know, we're good, right? We're good. Let's not, you know, get drastic, you know, as our relationship goes on, you know, through the crisis. And I think that's the psychological warfare that starts to take place when people start to go into like a panic or this or that and everything.
Yeah, GH
you know,
definitely says, like you said, we're good. We can't.
we
need
can't
to be
turn
a
on
team.
each other. We need to be a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
turn on each other because you know what's going to be crazy
GH
too
seems
is,
like a really good dude. Like, he seems like a solid guy.
yeah.
in
Well,
this
it's
movie.
I think because like he knew, you know, well, what did Ethan need at that moment? He needed like resources,
Mhm.
and it was
Well, he already
for-
had them. He had his
No.
resources.
No,
You
no,
know?
no, no. He needed resources that he didn't have. So like, what I'm saying is I think I can use that same comparison for like when resources start to wear thin.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
can
that's what I'm
get
saying too. Yeah.
it can
Right.
get crazy, you know. So like if me and Louis, since we're, you know, here together, if something was to happen, you know, I think that when resources would start to get thin, that's when, if anything, we should get stronger and go out and re-up. You know what I'm saying? Like, go out, we're going out together. If I go down, bring me back. If you go down, I'm bringing you back, but you're heavy as shit.
Yeah,
You're
fucked.
just yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
That's one of the
drag.
things that-
You know.
So that goes kind of back to the point where I was saying earlier, like, yes, I might pull a gun on you. I'm not necessarily going to be killing people right out of the gate, though.
You're
Because-
right.
because
That was my point. Like I'm not.
I'm fairly good with weapons. There's thousands of people out there that are better than me. Even if I'm
Doesn't
better
matter.
than you, it
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter if you're lucky.
Seriously.
Like
Yeah.
I have
yeah.
to be
Yep.
perfect every single time. You just have to get lucky, or someone just has to get lucky, and that's the end
Right.
of me.
That's a
You know
great
what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
And
So, like,
lucky's
any kind of
not a good way to explain it because it's not about someone has to get. I mean, I guess lucky's a way to explain it, but you're good at running your guns and shit, but someone can catch you at the wrong time and take all your shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe you can call that lucky if you want, but yeah, it's just
Unfortunate, I guess.
keep your head on a fucking swivel is what I call it. You know, I don't know about
So,
luck.
like, you
Fuck
got to
luck.
be, I think ideally you're negotiating before you're shooting each other.
Yeah, I agree with that, especially if we're all Americans here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's negotiate. Let's
Yeah.
fucking talk to each other, like Kevin Bacon did. that dialogue was great. I was cracking up the whole time at that part of the movie when Kevin Bacon was like, "It's China and shit." I'm like, fuck.
Dude, he
I'll
literally
give you this
reminded me of my.
information for free.
He. I thought it was my father-in-law. I was like, "That's my father-in-law right there.
Oh my god,
That's my father-in-law."
Me?
Dude. Well,
No, I'm just joking.
Kevin Bacon.
I'm
Yeah,
joking. I'm joking.
yeah, because my father-in-law, he's got the iodine pills and all this. So I was like, that is
Fuck yeah, dude.
freaking Theon, dude. It's hilarious.
Hey, dude.
I love
How
that
long do
guy.
iodine pills last?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if you
A
keep them
long
in
time.
if you keep them in
I'm
a
pretty-
dark
yeah,
place,
I think
airtight,
so.
I'm sure they could
Yeah.
last a while.
A long time.
So I don't have much time left, but I kind of, you guys can stay on if you want, but I wanted to throw one
No, I
last
think it's a
thing.
good place to wrap it up.
Okay, so I want to throw one last thing in there, and this is like the slogan for the movie, and it's there is no going back to normal. And so
That's
we
the
can
slogan?
Yeah, it was on like the banner of the movie or whatever, and I remember seeing that. So we really aren't going back to normal. We've noticed that since 2020, and I think even just since 2020, it's just been weird, man. The past 3 years have been weird. I think it's going to get more weirder. It doesn't feel like normal 2015 vibe, 2010. It's like not the same, man. It's not the same. Louis, 10 years ago, you're a little older than us. You had like some more life experience. Like, give me an idea of like where we're at now and how much has it really changed? Because your perspective is a lot different than mine. I was at home. I was a kid playing video games in high school, whatever. But you're out in the working world, and it's not the same place, right?
No, you put me on a spot here. Holy shit. I mean, so as human nature is to keep things, either keep them the same or make them better, right? But we are at a place in our society where everything is. I'm not gonna. Well, I'm not gonna. Everything is. It's talking in absolutes, and nothing is absolute, right? But a lot of things are getting worse. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
financially, definitely for a lot of people, where we were on a good upswing, which probably was artificial based. Like, if you want to get into financial stuff, you can look it up on your own. But like since 2008, we were, like the market is doing things that it's not supposed to do, kind of deal. So a lot of people are saying,
Obama.
it was artificially created to do this, and since then, just like things kept going up and up and up and up and up and up. That's not how it works. Not how
Mhm.
any of this works.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's a big driver for things like other countries, or the United States is losing influence all over the world. And as we lose influence, we lose the trust of other countries. If we lose the trust of other countries, then we lose even more influence. If like we can't influence how the rest of the world does things, then we don't matter. And Like our lives are going to change drastically if that really, really happens. You know?
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. Like there's just so much division, and it's hard to say pinpoint exactly what it is that was causing it. If I had to say it, it would be stuff like AI probably has a lot to do with it. Um, and
Now,
I say
yeah.
that as in like all the algorithms that all these social media websites use, like it's all AI driven. And so, to get the clicks and get the views and stuff, it does the things that are most inflammatory and most divisive, right? Because those get the
Yeah.
clicks and the views.
Right. Right.
So, but that's not real world. That's not like if you get off social media for any length of time and you just live your life, like the world is normal. Like right?
Right.
Well,
Like nobody
Right.
very few people are angry at each other. Like you're just kind of just
it's
living
a
a life.
little it's a little less than normal now because of all the control.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean there's
you
still
can't
some weird stuff
disconnect.
going on, but
You can't disconnect like that anymore. Like you
you
can
can.
disconnect.
How
You
why
can.
you
You
can.
can,
You
but all
can
your
just
friends are connected. Everybody's connected still. So it's
you
like you.
no, Jesse, you can text people outside of social media, right? Yes. Say yes.
He's
Like
not
you
saying
can
it.
disconnect as you choose not to. We all choose not
I
to.
agree. I agree. We can disconnect and we choose not to. But nobody ever really disconnects.
No, I
I
mean
th-
not completely. Like there's still forms of communication, but it doesn't have to be those social media things. Like you could call somebody, you could text people, email
I would
them
like
or
to do
whatever.
that. I would like to take a pact with us three and just be like, let's get off of everything. And that's the shitty part because how are we going to stay relevant? How are we going to know really go? Because
It's
you
difficult.
gotta pay attention to all the bullshit too.
I mean, you have
You
to
know,
if you like, but I don't know. It's how can you be in the world without being of the world?
yeah, yep, I agree with
That's I
that.
guess
Yeah,
that's the goal.
yeah, it's fascinating because it's like you want to unplug like the Matrix. You want to be able to unplug, but you have to stay somewhat plugged in to know what's really going on.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think we're already at like a civil war, like culturally, at least. It's not like physical, but like I think that there's just I think
So of
there
the mind.
yeah, yeah, and I think they're like laying that down as like the groundwork, and it's like ever since COVID, I think that started a lot of the
I think that exacerbated it.
yeah, yeah.
Masturbated? What?
Yes.
Well,
That too.
it really brought up the spectrum to where like it's what is normal today is when is people disagree here. There's this. I mean, it's like it's the whole spectrum. So I don't know. It's gonna end up doing something 15 years down the road, 20 years down the
Oh,
road for sure.
It's doing. I think we need to stop saying I don't know. It's doing the chorus. We're playing the chorus. Let's play this chorus. Let's just play it with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't wait to
Yeah.
get my house and start getting ready. That'll be fun. That's gonna be fun. I need
What
to
are you
get
talking
good.
about?
I need
I'm
to
just kidding.
just preparing. I'm gonna Kevin Bacon the shit out of everything.
Kevin Bacon.
Out of everything. Okay. All right. I'm gonna even get a shotgun like he had. Okay. All right. Okay.
What? He didn't have it. I'm trying to think. I don't remember the shotgun he had. It wasn't too spectacular. It wasn't an auto.
It was a
It wasn't a
pump. I don't know what
semi-auto.
type it was. No,
It was a pump,
No,
right?
yeah, it was a pump.
Pussy. I can get
Yeah.
on the
It's
Benelli,
it's
baby.
dramatic in a movie, to cock the shotgun, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, all the real motherfuckers are on the Benellis, the semi-autos, the semi-auto shotgun with like the 9. We got the 9 capacity. Yeah, we got the I don't need to pump my shotgun to shoot you this time. That I would like. They're so expensive though.
Yeah.
Semi-auto shotguns, very pricey.
Are they?
Yeah. I traded a road bike for one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like a
what the
road
fuck is-
bicycle.
like a $2,000 bike, right?
It was, well, brand new. It was like $2,800 or something.
There we
But
go.
I
That's
did
my
not
point.
pay that much for it. I got it for
Good.
$500.
Nice.
And let's
how
say
you
he
do it.
traded it. Louis is too kind-hearted. He's
That's how
like,
you
it's
do it.
$2,800 brand new, but I traded it for $5. Jeez, man.
Oh boy. All right, boys. That's it for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
This was a good show. I
It's
liked
a good
it.
place to wrap it up.
Yeah, everyone go see the movie. Go check it out. Look up all the crazy
it.
things that I said. I'm not
Do it.
crazy.
I'm gonna probably put it back on right now so I can.
Dude, I'm literally gonna watch it again.
Dude, just the opening scene, you'll see the 3/6s. It's
Jeez,
I don't know, it's cool. The mug says 76 on it, but the 7 is like so dark you can't see the 7. So
shit. Okay.
your subconscious picks up the 6 because it's white, and then
I would have
you
already
see the other.
assumed that. I'm glad you said that, but I guarantee if that I would have.
And it only shows it in one cutscene, and then because right after that, like you see Ethan Hawke, he takes his mug and he sets it on the nightstand, and he like moves it right in front of the clock, and I'm like, oh, they're blocking it, dude. They're just they're blocking it. That's funny. But anyways, folks, go see the movie. Awesome movie. Had a lot of
Symbolism
fun.
will be their downfall.
Had a lot of fun talking about it. We'll get back on here and we'll shoot out another episode for you guys here soon. We have to talk about a topic. We'll get down to it. But don't forget to follow us on all of our socials and check us out on Spotify. We are Punk Farm Media. You can find us on there as well, along with DuhWhysMen. Thank you all for listening in, and we will catch you next time.